What is up, Michigan Nation? It's your boy TJ Ronin, and I am with Minnie tonight on the Michigan Monday podcast. What's up, Minnie?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good, Minnie. Doing real good.
You survived the weekend.
We did survive the weekend. We have a lot to talk about. It was a crazy weekend. How are you?
Well, I got to be honest. I'm loving the weather down here in Arizona.
Yeah,
Hate to rub it in.
It's a little cold up here. You know, it's hoodie season. Last week was pretty terrible, though. I'll be honest with you. It's not so bad this week.
Hoodie season's not bad, I guess.
Yeah, I actually, this is my favorite time of year. I love September all the way to January. I love it. I love it all. January's cool too. I don't hate February sucks. And then March is like an exciting, optimistic time. Summer's coming, spring's coming, so it's a good time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I happen to love summer. So
Yeah,
I live in the right climate.
but isn't it like summer 10 months out of the year where you live?
We're the opposite of you, where it sucks. You know, it's tough weather for like 3 or 4 months out of the year.
Yeah, like it's like unbearable in what, July, August, June, maybe?
June, usually right around the beginning of June to the end of September, beginning of October. And then it's just gorgeous the rest of the time.
Yeah.
Oh no. Somebody else has COVID too?
It's going around. It's going around. I'm still battling it. We're all right though. So we had a game this weekend, Minnie. I don't know. Did you happen to watch that game?
I did, and I joined the watch along till it got to be too much.
Real? What do you mean? What does that mean?
Oh gosh.
Stressful?
Well, I'm very emotional when I watch games, and so the other side of my emotions came out, and I started off by doing a lot of cussing.
Oh, yeah? I like it.
You know, you won't hear that from me very often.
Why not?
When I'm watching football.
Damn it. So, we need to get you cussing on the podcast, man.
The second half of the game was just, X-rated. So I wasn't tuned in then, but yeah.
Yeah. Very good. All right. Well, let's get into it, Minnie. So we're gonna talk about 3 things that stood out in this game. It can be good, it can be bad, it can be ugly. Minnie, I'll let you go first. What stood out to you?
Oh God. I mean, I don't know. I hate to be a Debbie Downer. I know everyone has talked it to death.
Are you being a Debbie Downer or are you being honest? It's okay.
I am, and I'm so sorry, you guys. I know I like to bring optimism, but what the hell is going on with Zavada? I mean, come on.
I forgot all about Zavada. You're depressing me.
It's like the worst times for him to miss field goals. I get it. The one was one of the longest. What was it? Almost 60 yards. But still, you know, we count on him. And that it just turns my stomach every time. And I know it does his too. But
oh, I'm sure. Oh gosh, I couldn't imagine what Zavada's going through. It's got to be a tough time, man. Yeah, Zavada, unfortunately, not a good year. I mean, he's just not having, unfortunately, you know, because like he was All-American last year. Look, he had NFL aspirations, you know, and it's just not going great at the moment. Hopefully he can get it together the rest of the year. But I mean, I guess so to relate to that, the question is, and I know I've gotten some flack for this, the question is, what's the issue? Is it JB Brown? And people be like, well, what's JB Brown got to do with the kicker? And it's like, well, listen, that's his unit. JB Brown is responsible for every single player in that unit, whether that is schematically or mentally. It is a coach's job to make sure his players are mentally ready to play. Okay, there's obviously a mental battle going on right now with him. He's not setting him up for success. And you'll be like, well, it falls on the players. Well, then I would argue, what about all the other roles on the special teams unit? From punting, bad, kickoff coverage, punt returns, kick returns, it's all been poor. So JB Brown, in my opinion, hard F, you need to go. And look, it's amazing to see Zavada be a Lou Gorza award candidate to what we're seeing this season, which is unfortunately not a very accurate kicker.
I did not know that.
Oh
I
yeah,
just
dude,
knew that I knew he had, like, what was it, 96%?
he actually should have won it last year. They didn't give it to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was expecting, I'm just being honest, I was expecting somebody who, you can count on. Well,
Us too.
we can't count on him.
Minnie, I promise you this. Going into the season, the one thing that I was the most confident about was Zavada. You
Wow.
know, like for
Wow.
real. And you could ask the fan base that. The fan base would have said the same. Oh, Zavada's money. He's like so reliable. I don't know. It's just unfortunately a bad year. It's interesting to watch. Okay. Well, one thing that stood out to me, Minnie, which is actually a positive, 496 yards of total offense. That is an excellent offensive output for Michigan, for any team. Look, 280 passing, 216 rushing again, doing it with Jordan Marshall. Jordan Marshall did get hit. We will talk or get hurt. We will talk about that. And then Kuzdal, doing a little bit himself. Bryce Underwood also helping the unit, but that's excellent. That is great offensive output. Unfortunately, we have other areas of concerns, which we'll get to, that made the game far closer than it should have been. But what's your thoughts on that, Minnie, before we get to your next item?
Ask the question again, sorry.
496 yards of offense. Do you have any thoughts on?
God, yes, yeah. Yes. I mean, 400. If that was the only stat I heard, the only stat, I would have said, okay, and I knew we were going against Northwestern. I would have guessed that the score was probably closer to, I don't know, 36-10.
Yeah, right.
That's what you want on offense. So
yeah. Yep. So they did their job there for the most part, but, and we'll get into my next point after your next point, but my next point, we'll talk about why the game was a lot closer than it should have been. But what's your next point, Minnie?
Yeah. This is actually my first point, but, I just said, God bless Andrew Marsh. Coming through for us.
Yeah.
I mean, when the team needs it the most, it is so nice to be able to rely on a guy like him.
Yeah.
Just
no doubt. Yeah. So Andrew Marsh is one of the players who stood out for me, which we can cover a little bit more there, but clearly, I mean, yeah, I mean, he I don't know if you know this, Minnie, but he set freshman records for most receptions and yards for Michigan.
I did hear that stat.
Yeah.
Yes.
So pretty good. I mean, hell of a game, hell of a player. Excited to have him. We need more though. I mean, we're gonna get into that. I'm gonna go a little deeper on the Andrew Marsh situation, but yeah, definitely.
What do you think the connection is with him and Underwood?
Well, he's talented. He's good. He's good. He's just an all-around good wide receiver, good route running, good hands, has it up here, good mentality. He's just a well-rounded player. He was borderline top 50 player coming in out of high school. Just a good player, man. Just good. That's just what it is. Like he is. That is why you could see Marsh produce and the rest can't. And it's not because there's some special unique connection there. It's because Underwood can count on him. The rest of the guys have their flaws. Samaj Morgan can't catch. Donovan McCauley gives up on routes, doesn't even run good routes, doesn't even get separation. It's unfortunate. We need more talent in that room. My next topic, Minnie, is the reason why this graphic I'm about to share is absolutely insane. So if you look at, did we really get beat bad? If you look at the third column here.
Okay. Yes.
Michigan is third, but yet we barely won. We squeaked by 24-22. And the problem is 5 turnovers. Did you know, Minnie? Yeah. The first time in college football history, a team won with a 5-0 turnover margin. Are you aware of this?
No, I
Yes,
didn't.
and Michigan achieved it. So good for us. At least we won. But at the same time, we should have destroyed Northwestern, which will bring me to my final thing that stood out. But we'll do yours next, and we'll get to that.
That is, I mean, I know these stats for this game have got to be somewhat skewed. It's just because this game was skewed. I mean, it was great all the way up until the very end. Okay, so yeah, that is actually my very last player is cornerback Jordan Young, number 14, when he broke up the long pass
Okay.
that Preston Stone had at the very end of the game to because if they would have scored, I honestly don't know if we could have come back from that.
Yeah, well, probably not. So yeah, Jordan Young, one of our young bright spot DBs. I don't know how many snaps he had. I don't have that number in front of me, but
Yeah. It was actually surprising. I was like, "Oh, who is this?"
yeah. And what's interesting is looking at the box score, the only statistic he even recorded was the pass breakup. So
Mm.
no,
He
Jordan
was
Young's a very promising freshman, actually. So interesting choice, interesting selection. Next thing I'm gonna hit on though, Minnie, which leads to the 5 turnover. Well, it comes from the 5 turnovers. This team in week 12 is sloppy. We look like a week 1, week 2 team. This is poorly coached. It's unfortunate, because it just should look better. It just should. I'm sorry. Like it just should look better. We did get the win. That's good. We got the win. So that's what matters. At the end of the day, that is what matters. But at the same time, there's no way those in the fan base think nothing is afoot. I mean, obviously something's off. But yeah, that's where we are. So just the team is just sloppy, Minnie. I mean, when you watch Michigan, do you see a well coached, fundamentally sound football team, or what do you see, Minnie?
That's the thing that worries me, to be honest. I thought that um, coaching was going quite well up until this point. I didn't really see the flaws that a lot of people were pointing out, and unfortunately, I saw them. It's hard not to
Yeah,
at
right,
this
right.
game. Um, but even having said that, I want to say that this team, Bryce Underwood, still held it together. I mean, I've seen quarterbacks after they get sacked that many times. I mean, they lose it, and he didn't. And they somehow they pulled it out, but it just, yeah, it shouldn't have ever gotten to that point. There was some obvious errors in play calling, and
Yeah.
Sharon Moore, even at the very end of the game, you look over at the sideline, and yeah, it's a win, but you could tell he was pissed.
Yeah. I want to hit on this comment. It says Marsh gets separation. Did I misspeak? I was referring to McCauley. McCauley gives up on routes. McCauley does not get separation. Marsh is great. Yeah, no issues with Marsh. Marsh is wonderful. By the way, if you want your comment read on screen, super chat us. We would greatly appreciate it. Anyone who wants any questions read at the end of the show or even during the topic if it's relevant. So the next topic, Minnie, is 3 players who stood out, but I think you already started on that.
Oh, I
You already,
did. I did. Oh boy.
yeah, it's okay. No
Well,
big
that's
deal.
okay. I mean, I still have other players that I can mention too.
All right, well, we'll keep it rolling. We'll keep it rolling. So the very first player for me who stood out, Minnie, Jordan Marshall.
Mhm. Mhm.
Jesus,
I know.
you know.
Very
Now
good.
what's unfortunate, Minnie, is Sharon Moore essentially said Jordan Marshall's not likely to play this weekend.
I mean, he said that it's kind of like it's a negative X-ray. I've heard that more than once now.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
So it would have to be a joint thing.
I
It's
don't
not a
know.
break.
Yeah, I would think it's AC joint, but I'm not entirely
Mhm.
sure what's going on there. So I'm not. But Haynes is still out. What's funny is I see reports Justice Haynes is ruled out for the rest of the year. But if anyone read what Sharon Moore actually said, was, and I'm not gonna pull it up, but I'll read it for you. Hold on, I gotta go to my profile. Sharon Moore said, says he wouldn't put Justice Haynes in the done for the year category.
Mhm.
So then why the hell am I seeing people saying he's done for the year? You got freaking a lot of places. He literally said today, not done for the year, but I'm seeing places that take quotes from coaches saying done for the year. It's hilarious. But anyways, so I don't know. I mean, hopefully we can get
Reporters
Haynes
don't
back. Go on.
reporters don't fact check, I swear.
I don't even know. I mean, it's wild because I literally have the quote that says Justice Haynes. He wouldn't put Justice Haynes in the done for the year category. I mean, it's literally pretty clear. But anyways, we'll see. Maybe he can come back for Ohio State. If not, then maybe he is done for the year. But we'll find out. My next player, we already hit on it, Andrew Marsh. Stud.
I love
Stud.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
if we
mean,
could have a whole bunch of Andrew Marshes.
I just think one more Andrew Marsh. Now, I will say Travis Johnson's coming next year, and I do put him in a similar category to Andrew Marsh. But Michigan's still going to need to add more to the wide receiver room.
Yeah, when I see players like him, I think, okay, we may be young, but it doesn't matter because he can do anything, you know? And I just think that it's such a refreshing thing. I don't care what anybody else says. If a player plays like that, they're a great player.
Okay. I see those in the chat regarding my comment on Justice Haynes playing. They're saying regular season he is done, but he may come back for the playoffs if we make the playoffs. Fair enough. So this guy's saying Travis Johnson's more of a downfield threat. I mean, listen, I think Travis Johnson has some downfield threat capability, but he has, he could do a lot in small space too. I mean, Travis Johnson's a bit of a, a quick twitch wide receiver. Him and Marsh should be very fun to watch together. What other player do you have that stood out to you, Minnie?
Well, unfortunately, I have to have a running back. Not a running back that we would normally think would stand out,
What?
but
Who?
Bryson Kudzal.
Kuzdal?
Yes.
Yeah, who's probably going to be RB1 against Maryland.
Yeah.
You thought Kuzdal ran pretty good?
Well, for being number three, he's still better. Watching him is still better than watching almost any other running back in the Big Ten.
Really? You think so?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's funny. Well, do you know Kuzdal's story? He's a walk-on.
Former walk-on, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Guess what? He's gonna get his opportunity next Saturday. Him and Jasper Parker. So we will see how that goes. We got Maryland next week.
He has the right build for it. And hopefully, I'm sure Justin Haynes has been, at practices helping him out. The problem is I bet he didn't take very many snaps with the ones prior to Northwestern. So I think you're going to see a big improvement this next game.
Yeah. New Life is asking about Jalen Pyle. I like Jalen Pyle as a wide receiver, but I think he's going to need. I don't expect instant impact freshman year. I think he'll need a little time to develop, get used to the game speed. But I think he's slept on. I think the rankings are off on him. I think he's talented, but I don't think year one impact is. At least I don't think so. But all right, so I have any more players who stood out many because, to be quite honest with you, in my opinion, the rest of them didn't play very well. Even Bryce Underwood. Bryce Underwood had his moments. He looked very sharp, looked very good in the beginning, but the turnovers, terrible. And then towards the end of the game, he kind of resorted back to his old ways. So that's why, even though I don't have him on here, we just talked about it. Do you have any other players before we move to our final topic, which I didn't even tell you what the topic was?
No, you didn't. I wonder if I have notes on the topic. I have 2 pages of notes here.
All right, well, let me ask. All right, so when we get to the final topic, I'll see what you had, and then I'll tell you what I have. We'll decide which path we go. Okay.
Okay.
Very good. Okay, so do you have any final players for us to?
Not in a positive way, so I'd rather not talk about it.
Fair enough. Rocky, got Elijah here. Where you been, Elijah? I missed you, man. All right, so let's get to our relevant topic of choice. This show is flying. My topic I was going to hit on was we have a 2-game season, 2 games left. Maryland's an interesting one because it's on the road, and we don't have our 2-star running backs for this game. So that was the topic I was going to go down. What was your topic that you wanted to maybe hit on?
The offensive line needs to win at the line of scrimmage. It was basically along the same lines. We need to protect our quarterback better. We need to block better and get running lanes open.
Yeah,
We're going to rely heavily on them.
We have 3 sacks, which is actually a lot. Okay. I mean, how about this? Let's hit on the 2-game angle. We can touch on offensive line. So we have a 2-game season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we have a lot of injuries mounting up. We have a team that does not look very polished. Minnie, what is your thoughts on? We have Maryland and then we have Ohio State. We need to win both. We are in the playoffs now. Yeah. What's your thoughts on this remaining 2 games and the way the team is currently, its current status with health and everything?
Yeah. So 8-2 is where we currently are. That's a good place to be. The 2 losses are
good losses.
Good losses. I mean, you cannot complain about those losses. They are losses, but
yeah, they're good. They're quality losses. I mean, it's just what they are. Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay. So having said that, I know everyone's tendency is to look past Maryland and look at Ohio State, but you can't do that. We have to attack this game like it means everything. And granted, it's Maryland, but I got to tell you, they have a freshman quarterback that is outstanding. Malik Washington, he's just like
he's good.
UCLA's quarterback Nico. They're the whole team practically. So you really have to get to the quarterback. Oh, who's here? Doreen.
Yeah, Doreen's been here. This has been up for a while. I should have brought this up earlier.
Sorry, I didn't see it.
Yeah. Yep. So Doreen goes, I love Minnie. TJ's okay. Kidding. Yeah, I remember that when I get your ticket, Doreen. Right now, me and Doreen are ticket hunting for the OSU game.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so yeah, I agree with you. I mean, Malik Washington's their offense. I mean, he's a big component. We have to get to him. We have to stop it. But I mean, we're going to find out. I mean, at the end of the day, it's not like Maryland's a really good team, but it's not like we're playing elite either. And Maryland's on a hell of a losing streak. They've lost 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 games. They won their first 4, lost their last 6. It's actually kind of hilarious. But Malik Washington, although his completion percentage is only at 57, I didn't know that. I'm now digging into it now. Listen, they don't have a good running game. They really don't. Receiving, nothing too special. It is the Malik Washington show.
It is.
Go on.
No, I was just remembering Nebraska played against Maryland, and I mean, we obviously beat them, but Mike Locksley puts together a pretty good game plan. He can coach those guys pretty tough.
Yeah,
they lack I want to say they almost lack ambition, but I'm sure they'll want it this week against Michigan.
Let's hope not. Let's hope they don't want it. Let's hope they don't want it at all. Let's hope they don't even show up. Yeah, because I got to win. I got to get in the playoffs, Minnie. That's like, like I also, being someone who hosts podcasts, like this fan base, if we don't, be some unhappy fans.
When was the last time that happened?
What?
That Michigan didn't make the playoffs.
Last year.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, last year. Bad time.
Oh,
it was a bad time.
God.
Although there was actually, to be honest with you,
that's right.
There was a lot of optimism. There was a lot of optimism last year heading into the offseason because we beat Ohio State. We got Bryce Underwood. We beat Alabama. Team was playing pretty good. But we find ourselves.
Let me ask you something. Was there faith in Sharon Moore after last year?
Yes, because you saw the team from the beginning of the year to the end of the year get better.
Mhm.
Offensively, it started looking a little better. The quarterback play was obviously suspect, but things were improving in a lot of areas as the season went on. And then not only that, you're beating these playoff teams, but that's out the window because this team looks, it's, there's a clear issue. There's a clear coaching problem with Michigan. I mean, it's just, we don't look well coached. It's just period. I mean, it's, but look, Sharon's going to get another year, so that's fine. We're going to find out how it goes. But no, there's a lot of fans. Majority of the fans are uncomfortable, to be honest with you. I actually read, if I can find it, I read a really good breakdown of about Sharon Moore. I want to see if I can find it.
I know all about being uncomfortable.
Here, check this out.
Coming from Nebraska, I'm like, yes, I get that. I
So
mean,
check
luckily
this
you guys haven't fallen that far.
Yeah, I want to give credit here to an individual by the name of Jordan Strack. He goes, my biggest concern with Michigan right now is Sharon just doesn't have a good feel for the game. So many clock issues, roster management issues. They feel unprepared. They're consistently letting bad teams have life every week. After 10 games, they've regressed. I agree.
Yep.
And that is the sign of a coach who doesn't know what he's doing. But we don't got to hang on that.
Or is letting, you know what? It sounds like he's letting the little things go. Everything needs to be buttoned up. Everything. And you need to capitalize on what you're great at. What are we great at? We're great at running, and we're down to our third running back. It's like, okay, we still need a scheme for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me give a shout out to Blue Wolverine. Hello, all. Hello, Blue Wolverine. 15 months, and Doreen is 16 months. Jeez.
Oh, my.
That's a long time. Thank you. We got Jeff here with the super chat. We have a lot of talent. Can the coaches bring it together for the last two games? I'm worried they can't this year, but do we have a chance at 8-2? I think he means 10-2. Yeah, we do have a chance at 10-2. And to be honest with you, we can beat Maryland. Like, we really can.
Mm-hmm.
And Ohio State, we'll see. Like the better team is clearly Ohio State, but it's at home, and that's how this rivalry works.
You got to take it one game at a time.
Yeah, Elijah says, go on.
By the time the game gets here, who knows who will be healthy. I want to say Ohio State is just, they are healthy. Even I don't think they've lost anyone.
Carnell Tate's looking like he's gonna be out. And I've heard Jeremiah Smith might be battling something.
Oh.
I think they lost offensive lineman too for the entire. I don't know. I gotta dig a little deeper. I'm not tired. Garrison will tell me. Doreen will tell me. But to be honest, I'll be very honest right here.
Mm-hmm.
I've stopped watching Ohio State like probably 4 weeks ago because it doesn't fucking matter. Like all that matters right now is Michigan just has to win. And then the week of the game, I will dive into that team more. But I've had to separate from it because one, they look like the best team in college football. They just do. And two, it does me no good to watch that team when my team is struggling the way it's struggling. And at the end of the day, whoever wants it more is going to win. Period.
That's exactly the reason why I don't really watch it. I'll watch it occasionally because, I know Doreen is there or whatever, but it's because they're that good that it's like, okay, in comparison with what I'm usually watching, I don't want to look at that right now.
Yeah.
But I also know that they haven't really been challenged as much.
No, they haven't.
Michigan has been challenged.
I just wish we were healthy. Like, I wish we had Justice Haynes and Jordan Marshall, and I wish, but we'll see.
But that's why
I wish Cole Sullivan was good. Like, I'd like to go at him with our full arsenal and just see how it goes. I mean, look, I still think OSU is the better team, but again, that doesn't matter. And they know that.
If there's not a whole lot of footage on the young guys on the team, like, our Jordan Young, that guy that I mentioned that broke up the pass at the end, and our Jordan Marshall, running back, number 3. I mean, it's hard to scheme against them. So it could be beneficial.
Yeah. Let me hit on this. So Sharon will get one. Sharon is 100% getting another year. Yeah. So like he's gonna get another year. So this offseason is gonna be critical. How aggressive is Michigan this? So the word is, and I've said this the last few shows, but the word is Michigan's going to be aggressive in the portal. That's the buzz. That's why they're kind of closing the recruiting cycle not as fireworky as last year.
Mhm.
The portal, apparently they're going to attack. We'll see. We've heard it before. I'm not guaranteeing anything. I'm just telling you the word. And Michigan better be aggressive with coaching hires, better be aggressive with portal additions. And next year, there's no more excuses. It's year 3, tougher schedule. Sink or swim. It's just what it's going to be. And we'll watch everything closely, and if we feel Michigan has done a good job in the offseason, we are going to acknowledge that. If we feel that there's more to be desired, we will acknowledge that. I mean, I'm not running from it. We'll however it goes, we're gonna observe it all, just like everybody else, and we'll call it like we see it.
Yeah, I saw that Michigan is not agreeing to the $2.4 billion investment coming from
Oh, good. I know.
University of California.
Let's hit on that. Yeah. Let's hit on that.
I mean, they better be flexing their financial muscle then in the trans if they're saying they don't need the money like everybody else
That's so
does.
funny, Minnie. I'm glad you brought this up. We should have talked about this because for those who don't know, let's hit on this. So let's update everybody who doesn't know. So for those who don't know, there is the equity deal that the Big Ten was trying to pursue, which expanded the grant of rights deal to 2046. It gave every team like what? I don't even know. Do you know the exact number, Minnie? But it gave like every team like a ton of money. I mean, a ton of money.
A ton of money, but some teams got a bigger slice.
Yeah, some were a tier 1, tier 2, like USC was a tier 2, etc. Long story short, UC Investments released a statement expressing that 18 institutions is the best path for the Big Ten. So this deal is now paused and, quote, the unity of the 18 Big Ten university members is key to success of the Big Ten enterprises. Well, guess what? Michigan and USC said no. And because Michigan and USC said no, none of the other Big Ten teams, and the reason why this is interesting, especially having you here, Minnie, for those that don't know, not only Minnie is a Michigan fan, but Minnie is a Nebraska fan. So she's a fan of another team within the conference. So let me ask you this, because this is actually really interesting. As a Nebraska fan, did you want this investment for your program?
The only reason why I would want this investment is for the Big Ten to be great. If it would have that, like the conference, if it had that output, I'd be all for it. And what that would mean is basically everything would look the same across the board. Anytime you travel to, one stadium versus another, they would have the same drinks. They would have, everything would work the same. And same advertisers to a certain extent. If it doesn't go through, is it the worst thing? No, that just means that there needs to be a better deal worked out for the conference. I just thought it was interesting, not just that Michigan held out, but USC especially because they have to pay money to the University of California just to be able to play. Did you know that?
Yeah. That was part of their agreement because the way the board of the College of California or whatever, they have like this crazy board system where every school's like tied together. There's something weird with that. So the reason USC did not do the deal is because they're a tier 2 in this deal, so they don't get the same amount of money as the other schools. Now, do you know why Michigan decided not to do it?
Because they don't need to.
That's right. We don't need to. We don't need the money for facilities or players. We're good. Like we're good. We're
Yeah.
fine. So
That's why I
Michigan,
say flex your muscle then in the transfer portal and with, getting coaches. If that's truly why, they're not
well,
signing the
I,
deal.
I will, that. Well, I will say this. Hopefully, this is a sign of things to come. But like, Michigan just got hit with a big $30 million fine, right? Like 35 million.
Yeah.
That's already been paid for
Well, yeah, of course.
by one donor. So like my point is, so hopefully we see this spending continue. We're gonna find out. So yeah, that's right. So to J.R. Morris, so Minnie, the other thing, like coming from a Michigan perspective or one of the larger schools, Michigan also feels, why should Michigan help out the rest of the Big Ten when it doesn't help Michigan? Like, why are we helping the Rutgers, the Marylands,
Northwestern.
Yeah. Like, why are we helping these smaller schools
I've been
improve
saying
their
this.
facility?
Yep, I've been saying it forever. Just the fact that, you have to play these smaller schools brings eyeballs to their program.
Yeah.
What are they bringing to the conference?
All right. So this is an interesting conversation. Okay. So let me ask you this. Are you of the opinion that the Big Ten should get into a position where they start removing schools from the Big Ten?
Yeah, I've thought that forever.
Really? Okay. There's
I have.
belief. Joel Klatt thinks that's coming.
Yeah. Well, it
Joel
should.
Klatt thinks it's going to get to a point where some of these conferences start, instead of expansion, they start, what's the word he used? Yeah, no. But he said, like, instead of expanding the conferences, you're going to see these conferences. But he used a word, I can't remember what it was. It wasn't regress. It was, I don't know. But essentially, you're going to start
more
seeing
elite.
Well, no, but it's like booting. You're going to see them boot the smaller schools out because they're not offering it. They're just
riding on the coattails of everybody else.
Exactly. They're not bringing anything to the table. Yeah, I agree, Elijah. We all know. I think we all agree. Michigan State should probably be demoted to the MAC.
Well, I just always wondered why Northwestern. Oh, contraction.
So I don't know. It was one of the. I don't know, boys. We asked. It was no, not promotion, relegation. Although I do wish college football had that. That'd be a good fucking time. Yeah,
you have to work through that idea.
Yeah.
No, I always wondered why Northwestern. I mean, the conference isn't tougher on them just because they were
academics.
Yeah,
and they've been around for so long.
It's so frustrating, though.
Once upon a time, Minnie, academics mattered in this conference.
I mean, if we're going to get into it, I think I've thought this for a long time. Football needs to be separated from the university as a business. Completely separate.
What do you mean?
Not just athletics, football.
You think the football team should be separate from even the athletic department?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're running it like that. Like all these schools are running it. Like you see the cuts. Like these schools are cutting these Olympic sports.
But they're not running it like that in the conference.
What do you mean? Like some schools? What do you mean?
So if a conference had the ability to say, okay, this is just for football, right? Then say the Big Ten, like UCLA, for instance, they didn't want to get into the Big Ten necessarily. They don't have a very good football team, but they have other good teams that have rivalries against, Big 12 teams. So why in the world do they not stay in the Big 12, their other athletics, and let the Big 10, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you mean why? Yeah, you're saying have their football team in the Big Ten, but have their other sports in other conferences, like Notre Dame does, for example. Yeah. Notre Dame has their hockey team in the Big Ten, but all their other sports play in the ACC. Their football team is independent.
Yeah,
I'm talking about something like that.
That's very interesting, but it works well for them, and they make the most money.
Yeah, it does. I know. I want Michigan to go independent. I think Michigan should go independent, to be honest with you. That's where I'm at right now, at least. But yeah, I agree. Notre Dame should not be able to do that. I don't disagree with you, but everyone lets them.
If Notre Dame can do it, then other teams should do it.
Yeah, there's not a lot of teams who could do it though. There really isn't.
Okay.
There's probably 10, maybe.
Mhm.
You know, because Notre Dame, their deal with NBC is really good. I think Michigan could do it. I feel confident Michigan could deal with ESPN. ESPN would love to have Michigan. And I mean, Ohio State could do it. I mean, there's some teams. Alabama could probably do it. Georgia could probably do it. I mean, there's some schools that could. LSU could probably do it. There's probably 10 or so that could pull it off.
So what you're naming right now is more of a super conference.
Well, that's going to happen. We're going to get there. I mean, there's going to be a merging of conferences. I think, I don't know if we've had this conversation, Minnie, but I'm of the belief you're going to see one of two options. You're going to see either a 40-team super conference, which will be your 40 biggest brands across all the conferences, or you're going to see a 65-team super league. And I'm hoping with that you get the relegation and promotion. That'd be so fun. I would love to have two. My ideal scenario is you have a 65-team league, and then you have a 65-team league under, which is your group of fives.
Mm-hmm.
And then every year, 5 teams are promoted and 5 teams are relegated.
This is what I actually laid out. I had this conversation for probably 3 hours with Mark Rogers, and I laid this idea out for him. And he's like, "It will never happen."
No, it probably won't happen but I would love it to. It probably won't happen.
Well, obviously, if we thought about it, other people have too, right?
The problem is schools are not going to want to sign off on that because they don't want to be relegated.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the one thing I'm going to give Europe and their soccer leagues, the promotion relegation thing from fucking the fact that a soccer team, and I have looked at this, and I do know the leagues, but it is a climb, but you can literally get to the Premier League and you could be the smallest organization. It's absolutely interesting. It's cool. I actually like that. That's the one thing that I'm going to give. I would actually follow soccer, aka football, more if they didn't flop all the fucking time. But I actually think it's a fun sport. But the flopping I can't do it. Anyways, huh?
Well, the Europeans say football.
Yeah, it's football. Yeah, I actually like it. I actually think the World Cup's fun. I like Olympic soccer. I like World Cup soccer. Girls play more aggressive than the boys do, and it's pathetic to me.
That's why there's so many girls playing soccer here, I think, in the US.
Yeah, very good. You're right. I agree. Okay, so I guess that's where we are, Minnie. So what's your thoughts? Do you think there's a 40-team conference before we get out of here? What's your thoughts on this? Do you think it's going to go? What do you think is going to potentially happen?
I would love that. I would absolutely love that. The people that run their football programs the best should be in that. However many teams you decide. And then the people that don't need to just not be.
I agree.
There's no reason that other teams that are great should bring eyeballs to their program. It shouldn't happen.
Mm. Yeah, we're probably going to see it. I've heard and read, and I have heard that the thought is when the TV right deals are up in 2028 or some shit, you might see it then. You might see a real aggressive Super League push. I don't know. We'll see.
2028.
To be determined. We'll see. Yeah, don't worry. We're going to see the playoff expanded to 14 and then 20 teams before that even happens. So, although I will say I heard another idea that was proposed that I thought was actually pretty cool is and I wish they would do this. You have one 12-team playoff, and then you have another 12-team playoff. It is a loser's bracket, kind of, not a loser's bracket, but you have your top 12, and then you have 13 through 25 in another bracket. That would be fun. I actually kind of want them to do that, but we'll see.
To try
all
it
right,
out,
Minnie.
to try out the idea. That's a good way of dipping your toe in the pond, so to speak, and not going all the way.
It's a way to appease the networks. It's a way to have competitive football. It's a way to involve more schools. It's a way to not
More games.
muddy or saturate the playoff.
Yep.
Yeah, the NIT format. That's right. That's right.
I don't know. I'll have to write that down.
Well, Michigander, just so you know, Michigan was actually in the projection. It wasn't just group of 5 schools. It wasn't just group of 5 schools. Yeah, MSU should be in the MAC. We all agree. They're a bottom feeder program. All right, boys, that is the end of the show. Minnie, any final thoughts for our audience?
Beat Maryland by a lot.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know what team's going to show up, to be honest with you. So we'll find out.
We can't. Okay, here's my last thought. We can't walk in just thinking they're going to hand us the win.
I don't think they are. I think Michigan knows. I mean, I think they know. They know this. They know. I mean, Sharon knows. The team. There's no way the team doesn't know. They're aware. They know. But we'll see, man. I mean, you can know about it, but what are you going to do about it, right? That's just kind of what it is. So, that's where they're. My final thought, Minnie, is just win. Period. End of discussion. There's nothing more to even talk about. But that's our show today. We will be back again. Michigander, listen closely. Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We will be back next week for the Michigan Monday podcast. You guys can check me and John Diadamo Tuesday, 8 p.m. for the Michigan Wolverines live. And then Thursday with myself and Johnny Olden, as long as TJ isn't sick. I'll be there. And then, of course, post-game. Although post-game is going to be interesting this week because John's going to be at the Maryland game. So I don't really know how we're going to do it, but we will do it. I know, hey, Michigan, I hear you, brother. I just got off work at 6:45, dog. All good. But that's our show today. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. We appreciate you guys. And as you guys know, it is always, Minnie, what is it always?
Go blue. And
no, go blue. That's it. There's nothing else. Nope.
Are you sure? Not beat Ohio State.
Well, yeah, and hey, Minnie, can we get a fuck Ohio?
I'm not going to say that.
Why not?
Next week. Because the gloves will be off next week, and Doreen won't be offended.
She'll be okay. She's a big girl. Doreen's a big girl. She's all right. She knows the deal. All right. Well, we're out of here. I know. Hey, that's where I thought she was going. But all right, for sure. Go blue. Fuck Ohio. We will see you guys next week. Adios.
Bye, guys.